Hi, my name is Kurt Johnson, owner of Shawbucks, Jamestown, New York, across from the National Comedy Center, for those of you who don't know me. We've been in business 26 years. We're a bar, restaurant, nightclub located in the heart of downtown Jamestown, across from the National Comedy Center. Last year, we celebrated our 25th anniversary, but we didn't quite get there because we were closed March 13th due to COVID, and we were planning a big 25-year anniversary party, March 31st, 2020. Um, so yeah, life has changed. It's made its changes. We were hoping to celebrate. Unfortunately, we were closed to the public on March 13th. Fortunately, we stayed open for a while to the Paycheck Protection Program. And when that program ran out June 13th, we just realized it was too expensive to make money selling takeout. We're mainly, a bar, restaurant, and a nice club that needs public assembly to survive. And we were never really set up to do a volume of takeout food. I mean, our volume of takeout food might have been 3 or 5%. So having to switch over from that, we did very well. But ultimately, we had to make the decision that it's too expensive to make money. And I don't want to stay in business just to lose less money. I'm here to win, to play to win, not to play not to lose. So I think our safest bet was to close. We were planning on opening in the fall, assuming that everything would go back to normal sooner than later. But unfortunately, that hasn't happened. And looks like it might not happen for a while. So here we are, not knowing what to do and how to move forward until we can lose the masks and get rid of the social distancing and maybe not go back to life as normal, but at least have an opportunity to survive. At Shawbucks, I look over our past years, things have really changed in the downtown Jamestown. They were really, the National Comedy Center brought a lot of attention to the summers. Summers were normally slow, so 2019 was a great year, and we were really excited to move forward in 2020 and perhaps double our sales. I mean, we've been going up in sales for probably the last 4 years. So we were really heading to hit some milestones. Um, we hosted for the National Comedy Center the week they were having their grand opening back in March 3rd, 2018. We hosted a Access TV event with Dan Rather called The Big Interview, where he interviewed Dan Aykroyd and on The Big Interview. And Dan was in town to donate his uh, motorcycle to the National Comedy Center, the one that he rode to the set of Saturday Night Live and to Canada. And so it was a great interview. My wife and I were able to be present and listen to the whole uh, conversation and how the whole setup was. We had to shut down from lunch during this interview, but those are the memories I have of Shawbucks and not being closed. And I do believe that when so there's many things that I miss about Shawbucks and being open and the live music and the bands and the entertainment, the food, and relaxing and rewinding with friends and unwinding with friends. I miss those things, but I'm also grateful that this was my first Thanksgiving Eve off in 25 years. My kids are 15 and 16, and I got to spend Christmas with them without all the Christmas parties and all the work that went into the month of December. So I don't feel like I've lost anything, even though I've lost all my sales. Um, my life has been added to just because I've had a lot more free time and time to reflect. Another thing I do miss, believe it or not, is doing the Mindful Mondays I would do on Mondays through Shawbucks. Um, they were somewhat painful because I had to dig up a lot of courage to do them, but the rewards and the comments, um, I miss doing them. So those of you who don't know what a mindful Monday is, it's just trying to put something positive into your week. I'd start out with, hi, my name's Kurt Johnson, doing another mindful Monday this week from here at Shawbucks, Jamestown, New York, on Chautauqua Lake. You can't be happy all week if you don't start on Monday. Should you choose to be happy, life is choice. And so those are just to try to be happy all week, even when it's difficult. Um, and, life is tough, and we are going through a lot of changes, and a lot of these changes we don't really desire to happen. Your desire to change must be greater than your desire to stay the same. And I think we've all wanted change, and all the corruption that's within our government, both sides of the aisle, Republican, Democrat. Those are my friends who know I'm an independent. I'm like a liberal conservative, and being self-employed in a community of Republicans and Democrats. Yes, I have been spit on by the donkey, and I have been sat on by the elephant. We all know that, and it's difficult. And we're so divided that it's time to kind of tear that wall down and try to all come together. And I think starting up and doing Mindful Mondays again, perhaps doing a Mindful Monday podcast or something involving these change and evolutions that we're going through, just to let people know we're not all separate from one another. And I think what separates us is honestly our love and our fear, and that the things that we love and cherish and the things we fear to lose, a lot of times the more we hold on to something, the more it leaves us. And the only thing that separates us from love really is fear, that discomfort, that pain, suffering. And until you've had enough, you're not really going to make a change and come back. You can see the corruption in our government on both sides. We're tired of that. What's in our whole healthcare system, our food system, it's all corrupt. The FDA is corrupt. Most of the food that's available for us is toxic, and they allow us to eat it like it's okay. And then we wonder why we're are we're so sick. Last year the third leading cause of death was treating illness. We can do better than this. We need to change. It's time to change. And that's what these topics are, just to kind of bridge love and fear. Neither one's bad or good, totally. I mean, obviously, fear feels a lot worse than love, and we want to move away from it. And love feels better than fear, but it does allow us a choice. It allows us to contrast, to show us what we don't want. We're all sick of the corrupted news. They've all got an opinion, they have an agenda. Trump calls it fake news, but really it's corrupted. It's corrupted with money. Our government's corrupted with money. This is the greatest government money can buy. You know, and over again, that's all we're going to hear in the news, the media. But it's time to, instead of choose what we don't want, to choose what we do want. We do want to feel good, look good, and be happy. We want to get along with everyone else. So until we stop pointing out our differences, we can't really make a sustainable change. When we can tear down the wall between love and fear, between the Republicans, the Democrats, and realize that we all want the same thing. We want to feel good. We want to feel protected in a good way. These are what Mindful Mondays are about. I talk a lot about the energy within me. Energy is the ability to create motion and movement. I believe that we do that through love and fear, that they need to work together and be understood through the state of love, that's compassion, kindness, unity, wholeness, and the states of fear, shame, guilt, embarrassment, unworthy. Those two states create movement, but they need to work together for a better purpose and understand how we're creating movement within ourselves. And within me means that, all the creations were uh, constantly creating and destroying. Whether I am worthy is creating, and whether I am feeling unworthy, you're destroying. So it's just coming together. Me means just the awareness of energy, mindful energy. Me, mindful energy. What's giving you energy and what's causing you to leak your energy. And me also means mindful eatery, uh, mindfulness about what you're consuming, mindful eatery. You're consuming a diet of food, thought, and environment. So they're all reflecting on when the freedom of choice chooses the current of love to create movement through compassion and kindness over the free doom of fear through shame, guilt, embarrassment, then the world will know peace. And the peoples of the planet will come together and form a new race called humanity. Thank you guys. Have a new nice week. And I did record one podcast. Keep your eyes open. It's with my friend Drew Perlman, a filmmaker, a functional medicine coach, and he's amazing. And I think you guys will enjoy the interview. Thank you guys.